Hi everyone, I hope you guys are having a good evening. Please keep in prayer friend Michelle Watkins. I forgot to put her on the prayer list today because I got a new book that I was writing in for a while. If I can get it. I was writing in our little dog book. and I had her on a different book. And I was marking out people today and forgot to put Michelle on there. So please pray for Michelle Watkins. She has a lot of health problems and she's been having a lot of trouble with her sugar going up and down. It's been going really high and then getting very, very low. So please pray for her. And she lives alone. She's got her little fur baby there, but she lives alone. She doesn't have another person there with her. I really wish she would get a life alert. Michelle, get a life alert. Finally talked our neighbor into getting one. Now we just got to get Michelle to get one. Okay, so tonight's reading will be in Mark chapter 1, verses 17 through 18. But I'll go ahead and finish the little verse there and we'll read to 20. Jesus says, "Come follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. When he had gone a little farther, he saw James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John in a boat, preparing their nets. Without delay he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men and followed him. Jesus was rounding up people that he was one of his disciples that time. Okay. And that is basically what the Bible verse is they got here today. "Follow me," Jesus said, "and I will send you out to fish for people." At once they left their nets and followed him. Okay, and the devotion tonight. Let's see. Well, I'll just really explain it. We'll just have to read it. It's about Star Wars and lightsabers and believing in things. You'll see. It is by Elizabeth Byrne D. Geer. My husband and I grew up watching Star Wars. And so when Star Wars The Force Awakens came out a few years ago, we were excited to share that experience with our children. On the first day it was released, we found ourselves at an early morning screening at the biggest movie theater in town, 3D glasses on our faces and a container of popcorn to pass between us. What I remember most was the last moment of the movie. The young heroine Rey found Luke Skywalker at the top of a mountain and presented him with his long-lost lightsaber. When Rey held out the weapon, it appeared to be floating in front of us because it was 3D. I looked over to my right as both my son and my husband reached out to take hold of the lightsaber. I was touched and amused that both father and son could be so wrapped up in the story of a Jedi Knight that they would take his invitation as theirs. I wondered, what was it that made each of them think they were a Jedi too? But now I realize that I have done a version of that same saber grab. When I read the story of Jesus inviting Simon and Andrew to fish for people, I swear I see myself dropping those nets and following him. Certain stories are more than entertainment. They are inspiration. They connect us with our own life story and nudge us forward, giving us the vision and courage we need to take the next step in our journeys. Amen. Put yourself in someone in the Bible's shoes and picture you being that person and Jesus talking to you, and you'll see, what they felt like back then talking to Jesus, and it'll help you learn more and be more compassionate, just like she did here. Our faith step for today. They give us a faith step every day in this book. It's if you don't want to do it, you don't got to do it. But if you do it, they're asking you to. So our faith step today is bring to mind one of your favorite scenes from the Gospels. Picture this one, like she was talking about. The men throwing their nets down and following Jesus, just like that. Take some time imagining yourself in that scene and let Jesus inspire you. So that's exactly what it's telling us to do. So if you want to do that and imagine yourself as anyone in the Bible, but imagine yourself being anyone in the Bible that was when Jesus was on the earth. So you can have a conversation with Jesus.